hello. How you doing, people? This is the Gunatic Fringe, aka Kenny Gumega, aka Marky Diaz, aka Toruyeno, aka Genki Haraguchi Main, aka your host. And today I'm here with a special guest, somebody that I've been in a couple of discords with, somebody whose opinion I think really matters, and someone who has one of the best shoot names I could ever think about. Welcome to the building, hailing from Stone Mountain, Georgia, 10-410, aka Tennessee. How you doing, man?
How you doing now? I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm I'm good. I'm on fire right now. I just had me my green tea. I just had me my breakfast of honey nut Cheerios, and I'm ready to go, bro.
Mm.
Um, and today is a special day. Um, we're recording this on Cinco de Mayo, but not, but like, it's just a special day because I'm talking to a guy I've been talking to for the past couple of years, and like, I'm interested to find out more about you, man. And I usually open this with, how'd you get into wrestling?
Well, I'd say about around 94. By the time you've been around kindergarten, I
All
got
right.
caught up in it.
Oh, so what was your first show? What was your wrestling for you? We talking WWF, WCW? We talking what we talking?
WCW, because I'm in Georgia. This NWA country right here.
Oh yeah, this is where the big boys play. You know, I myself, I loved anyway WCW, because the moment I had cable and I found WCW Saturday Night and I saw Sting and Jushin Liger, that was it for me.
Hmm.
I see these two dudes who look
Oh,
like action figures, and I'm like, bet I'm gonna stay watching this stuff. So what was it about the
now,
wrestling that put you into the wrestling? Like, what got you into it?
this is really got me into it. Yeah. So I was a brother,
Uh-huh.
and then later on, because my family sometimes used to watch it with me and my brother at the time. And as I
Hmm.
said, we're from Georgia. My aunts, my grandma, my mom used to tell me stories about back in the day. They had to have shows at the Omni and all that, where Ric Flair, the Andersons, Mr. Wrestling number two,
Say word.
Thunderbolt Patterson, all that.
That's cool, man. I too am a generational fan because my mom, she loved her some Bob Backlund, and my uncles, they like WWF, and my other uncle, he loved NWA. So it's cool to talk to somebody who also comes from that kind of like generational fandom. And you said your moms went to the Omni?
Well, my aunt, she went to Honor, but they
No.
had stories about going to different shows and stuff.
Okay.
And also Mr. Wrestling number two.
Mr. Wrestling number two with the knees.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Like the the whole thing about when they try to explain like what a generational wrestling fan is like sometimes you get put onto something like, and this is generational fandom in general, like because me and my dad, uh we're in LA, so, and as a Filipino man, I have to be a Lakers fan. I mean, you've seen TJP, you've seen you've seen other folks. When you, when you're a generational fan, it's usually put on you, and sometimes you go in another way where you like kind of reject it, but sometimes it goes away where the fandom like hits you and it becomes your thing. And I like hearing about that. So did your auntie
Yeah,
have
it's
any
probably
like
what I'm about.
yeah, what's that?
I said it was most of my mom. 'Cause my dad, he from Africa. He don't like. He said, "Oh, my son, it's too violent. It's too violent. Children cannot see this. It's too violent, man."
Yeah, my dad would always hit me with, uh, this is you are so stupid. Why are you watching this? This is a fake bullshit. And uh, the thing about like immigrant dads is oftentimes they're not the most cuddly, but they will say the real when they want to say the real. So it's like
Yeah.
it's what it is. And did your mom have any stories for you when you were growing up, or
Most of the memories I have of us is sometimes we just stand watching wrestling with us, keeping us company.
oh, okay. And like, who was your guys when you were watching? I mean, back then, and then who are you guys now?
Back then, Shane said back then, Hogan.
Oh, hey,
Don't scar me too much because don't scar me because I was a child back then. Don't scar me too much.
hey,
I didn't know any better.
yo, I had this discussion with a bunch of dudes. Okay, um, American made for me is better than real American. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For me, that was Hulk Hogan.
Oh no,
That
real
was Hulk
American too
Hogan.
catchy.
Yeah, and like when you're becoming a fan, you read the tapes, you watch all the WWF stuff, right? Cool, but it's on tape. But when he shows up on your TV, doing the poses, ripping the shirt, all that, bets off, whatever, shit's fire, right? It hits. His charisma hits you, and you're just like, all right, Hulkster. Um,
And I can't be too bad because Kento Miyahara liked it too.
oh yeah, yeah, his daddy rented the Hulk Hogan tapes, and you still see Kento. He hits the ear pose. You saw him with Davey Boy Jr. They were doing the whole Hulk Hogan posing routine after at the tag carnival and on the championship carnival. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't. It's like
He got charisma down. He learned from Hogan.
yeah, yeah, like he has that whole big entrance, Kento, Kento, Miyahara, Kento, and like man, that dude has big energy, big arena energy, and I hope All Japan blossoms because that dude deserves his flowers like in front of a big crowd.
He
And
sure did.
dude,
I just want to have this one American run.
what's that?
I just having one run in America.
Yeah,
GK get there.
dude, he hits one of those knees and one of those big boots and hits you with the axe bomber, and then like when he's gets like those big dudes, he hits the lockdown on the fucking Saito brothers, and those dudes run like about 350, and he hits it like nothing, perfect all the time. People don't understand this Kento Miyahara, man.
I
It,
know. He's so
yeah, yeah. And I'm happy you brought up All Japan without me even having to say anything, because like I feel like right now All Japan is being slept on as far as like quality in ring character work. It's just for me, it makes me happy to watch it. Happy to see the Yuma Anzais and the Saitos and the Yuma Aoyagi sometimes. Um, Musashi, all them dudes. It's like for me, that's like I love the championship carnival this year, so
Mhm.
it's all good, man.
I
And
got
like,
through the first 2 days. I gotta watch the rest of them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love Dragon Gate, right? So seeing Kakuta actually being able to fight other heavyweights, that's pretty cool to me, man. And I know Kakuta also kind of has that hair texture that's kind of like a little bit problematic, but He's cool.
He's good.
Yeah. I I don't know. I mean, have you seen his hair, bro? It's I don't know how they do that. He
He's good.
this man literally has like who is it? Whose hair does he have? Like this dude literally looks like he woke up nappy, and it's like I don't know how the hell they get that texture for him. That's like always like. Japanese hair magic is like weird to me, you know? Whatever the
Yeah.
salon uses, that's like, how the hell did they get that texture for his hair? And
You know, sometimes I ask the question with Muhammad Yone.
oh yeah, yeah. That dude for like 30 years has had that hair, and I don't know if he's like if
He
he's
had it blown
indigenous
out and kept.
or anything like that. He just like came out there like looking all fresh. I don't know if he's ever had a pick in his hair. I feel like he should have. There's like a missing thing where he could have used the pick as like a weapon, but you know. That goes on to say, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, man. Like back in high school, my I basically you remember Haku Meng in WCW?
Oh, you had the big fro picked out?
Yeah, bro. I had that picked out, and it was like everybody asked me if I was, but like I'm not. I'm just an Asian dude. My hair just happens to be like this. But like yeah, maybe they were the same way. You know, you never know. Maybe that's just legit living their natural curls. Because sometimes I look at Blake Christian and I'm like, but I digress. Um, so like, how did you get into Japanese pro wrestling, man?
WCW because they had the
WCW.
agreement with New Japan. That's
Oh
how I
yeah.
first seen Liger. That's how I first seen Otogen. That's how I first seen Kurosawa. Who
Oh
else?
yeah, Kurosawa. Man, Nakanishi, that dude was the most. I never seen an Asian dude built like that ever on TV. Like you don't know, he had like the long hair, he had like the big muscles.
Yeah.
Not to glaze him up so much, but you know, he was kind of handsome back then. He didn't look like a caveman as much as he does now. But like you never
You know,
saw
looking
that
back,
look. What's
you
up?
know, looking back right then, they could do so much better with him. They could use him so much better.
They put his ass with Colonel Rob Parker. But you know, like that's how the excursions were. They
Mr. I got such a soft spot for WCW because it introduced me to Puro, Lucha, Joshi.
oh yeah, man.
I have a
Oh
soft spot for W.
shit, man. We like so we are in the 2025 and Miko Satomura just had her final match. And the first time I saw Miko was on WCW Nitro. And I think she was like literally like 16 or something back then when she first started or whatever. And that's crazy to think
Yeah,
about. To go from WCW, like you're just this is like her first she's going out on primetime American TV for her first couple matches. And that's crazy if you think about it. Like and
yeah,
yeah,
mind
here,
blowing. She was flexible.
yeah, and WCW. I'm willing to make this a love letter to WCW. WCW introduced me to like what you said. It introduced me to all these styles: lucha, Paresu, Joshi. You know, even the European stuff because we got Regal, we got Dave Taylor,
Hey, Regal.
we got Robbie Brookside that came in, and like you know, even like the Germans like Alex Wright. You know, it was like even compared to because WWF at that time, it was basically it just felt like okay, these are all the Americans, Canadians, and this is like American pro wrestling, right? But WCW was able to grab all these international talents, and then like WWF even copied them by getting like you know they got a Hakushi, they got like they did that AAA deal back in like 96, 97 because WCW was
Yeah, they
hitting.
tried to light heavyweight division. That didn't turn out too well.
What's up?
I said they tried to do the light heavyweight division. That didn't turn out too well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we got Taka. Taka was dope. We got Aguila, Papichulo, aka SA Rios. He was dope. I mean, but
Yeah,
like
they was dope, but with Vince, they had big ideas. They want to
yeah,
hone in on that WCW. They
yeah,
couldn't do it.
yeah. But the way WCW did it, like the cruiserweights came on, and it just felt like, damn, we're seeing stuff. And you know, like in 2025, we're seeing stuff that they were doing 1996 that's still like being unmined and being uncovered and being copied to this day. To this day.
Yeah.
And like, it, man, I love WCW, man. I love WCW when it was at its high point, and you know, I hate going back and like thinking about the end of it because like it's whatever. But there was still some fire things at the end. You had Scott Steiner. You had like the tag team division with the cruiserweight tag teams, like the Young Dragons.
Yeah, that
Oh, I
Young
love.
Dragon and 3 count. Yeah, I like.
Yo, Jimmy Yang is one of the most unheralded wrestlers ever. Like he's one of my favorite dudes because like he could do shit like that that moonsault, that corkscrew moonsault. He did like those flipping kicks, like and all of his shit always looks so tight. Pause. So and like you know, that dude that dude could wrestle. That dude, man. I mean, Jimmy Wang Yang happened, but he was still over as that. I don't know about the stars and bars. Come on, man, you're presenting for us. Sorry, he's representing for us, the Asians, and he's out there with like the stars and bars, and I'm like, nah, that's uncomfortable. But it's when you go look at the WCW and what they gave to us, beyond like whatever the main event and all that, the hullabaloo, it's still like they gave us like quality, like a quality show and something to look back on. And we look back on it right now. We're looking back fondly on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically laid the foundation of what you see right now in indie wrestling and mostly AEW.
Yeah. I mean, we still see like we're still seeing
Because
like
all those years,
yeah,
I didn't mean talk over you, but all those years, everybody was talking about how stacked that roster was from all
oh
parts of the world. And now you look at it now,
yeah, oof,
it's just mind blowing. The embarrassment of riches they have.
yeah. Talk about embarrassment of riches and like look at who AEW could pull from at any time from CMLL, from New Japan, from DDT, from TJPW, and even they've pulled from MLW with Richard Holiday and a couple other guys. It's cool like that AEW kind of has a little bit of that WCW flair where they could like call on their partners and have them send some talent over to work. Um,
Oh yeah, that's the only
that's
back issue is that the more they call somebody in, it's probably gonna take somebody's spot who's already on the roster.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but at least when it comes to Takeshita, that dude is working like all of the partner promotions, and like
Yeah.
even if he's like being a little bit on the downturn in WC, I was about to call it AEW, WCW. Hey, turn a phrase, turn a wrestling. It's it's cool to like see Takeshita on like AEW one week, then see him work in Arena Mexico, and then see him go to Japan and work both a DDT show and a what he worked this week, Dantaku. That's
Mhm.
that's an insane schedule, but that's why that dude is so good. And you need
Yeah.
this intermingling of all these styles in order to become a complete wrestler, my opinion. And yeah, man, it's
It's
just
also just not working together. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's also not working together. But also you educating your audience about different
yeah,
styles and different stuff. So they won't be mind blown.
yeah. That's why I'm hoping that you know that whole thing about the WWE doing like their whole global saturation shit. That that's a little bit worrying, but I'm happy that AEW is out here partnering with all these other places so to give us this opportunity to see all these other talents without the threat of them being taken away. Um, and but also just to get off that because that's not really what I do. I I want to like ask you like what really makes you happy when you watch pro wrestling?
It's a hodgepodge of stuff. Like sometimes you can have your flippy shit. Next thing you can have your so called cinema when done right.
Hmm.
If you don't know, Stardom All Star Grand Queendom,
Oh yeah.
Cinema done right. You have your house fights. You got your great tag team tags.
Mm.
I'm more that fan. A nice combination of everything that is in within reason.
Within reason. Yeah. And you know what? Like to bring it back, like that's what I got from WCW in 1997, you know? And I know like it's a washed old head thing to keep saying, keep living in the past and stuff, but like, yo, that shit's still good, man. It's like you want to have variety when it comes to pro wrestling because the old philosophy is like pro wrestling is like a three-ring circus, right? So you have all these different acts to bring in the crowd because wrestling goes back to being a circus. And yeah, you explained it correctly, correctly. I mean, in your way, like having all these mixes and all this different choice and it all coming together. You don't really get that with anything else besides pro wrestling, you know?
Yeah,
And
it's just more easier to take aspects of different things of life and incorporate it in pro wrestling and make it come out great.
yeah. So have you ever gone to a live show?
I've been to as a child in Georgia Dome
Oh yeah?
around 98, 99,
Oh, were
and
you?
around a couple of years ago, I've been going to AEW shows.
All right, cool. Oh, so were you there
AEW?
For that Goldberg win?
No, I wasn't.
Ah, ah. But there's something about ah, but you saw it on TV. I bet. But you know, like there's something about going to a live event, whether it's like you know a Georgia Dome or like a smaller arena or whatever, that's just a different kind of like experience. And as a fan, I think like that's pretty much to me like the ultimate experience in viewing this stuff. I mean, a lot of times though, when you're watching on TV, you get the you as long as you're watching the right company, you're getting like the best camera view. You're getting to hear the commentary. You're getting to hear all that, see all see what they're trying to the story they're gonna try to tell you. But there's something about going
Yeah,
to a live event and experiencing it, and that's just like that's the ultimate experience for me.
I
And
think the
like,
last show I went to was a TNA show. It was when they doing a working agreement with New Japan,
all right,
and I got to see Leo live. Man, he's just amazing how he moves.
Leo Rush,
Yeah,
yeah,
to see him live in person and how the way he moves, he execute on pinpoint drops or something.
that dude is so fast. Like, like the way he moves, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know if this makes sense to you, but like, you ever watch Dragon Ball?
The original,
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z, you know, like when they're like going pew 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 pew, and like the eye when they're animating the eyes following them, it's like, oh, I can't follow this. That's kind of how Leo is live. Like,
oh yeah, I got you. I see your point.
I'm I'm kind of a nerd. And like, yeah, man, that
Oh, no.
this just like being able to experience that live is different from watching on TV, and I just think like um when I think that's the whole thing because you're getting like a kind of a visceral experience watching it like live in person and being able to like feel the moves and feel the crowd and feel like you know when you hear someone like hit a real chop and like it echoes in through the where you're watching, that's still a fun feeling, you know.
Oh yeah,
Just like
there's nothing like it.
yeah, and it's just like you know you don't
It
you
just
want
sticks with you.
yeah you it sticks with you. You want this to keep going on, and like when it comes into the end of the night, it's just like you got you think back and like even if like the show on TV isn't like doesn't translate to a good show, at least you had a good time where you were, you know.
Hmm.
Eh,
I just, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying
no,
so hard right now. I want
no.
to get my passport and I want to go to London or Japan.
Oh, bro, yeah. I'm hoping to go to Japan. I wanna go watch some sumo live. I wanna go like I wanna go eat some sushi. I do want to go to London because, like, I mean, so my wife wants to go to London more than I do, but it's cool to travel. And like part of that is also like going to a live show in Japan. I want to go back to Korakuen and like look at all the. Have you ever been?
No, never. That's why I want to go.
Okay, man, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go just to experience like another country. I always say if to people like if you there's somewhere you want to go, you only live once. Ah, man, I say that shit. But it's true. You gotta live and you gotta enjoy yourself. We only have one life, and like if there's a dream that you gotta go chase it. And traveling is an attainable dream. And
Yes.
what is it that you want to do in these countries?
I want to go to the noodle shops. I want to go. I got. You know what? I want to go to the Minoru Suzuki's Power Driver store.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's usually in there too. That's the
Hmm.
thing, because that's and he'll, like so I met him, and he's like one of the nicest guys. He knows no English at all, but he is one of the nicest dudes there is.
Oh yeah, yeah. I figured.
Yeah, yeah. Most people who can kill you with their hands are pretty nice, honestly. My experience. Yeah, dude. Like I want that for you.
Yeah, I want to. I want to go to see. Mostly, I want to see everything I can. That's just it. Everything I can.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good thing, man. Because like there's so much to see in that country. There's so much to do, and like there's just so much history there. I mean, when I go to Georgia, I also like to go to the Coke factory sometimes because like it's cool to learn history for me. I'm kind of a history
Mhm.
buff, and like you know, Japan has all this history stuff. London has all this history stuff, and like a lot of that too is kind of like you learn about stuff like the wrestling and how it's tied up because London, they have like the carnivals there, and that's kind of where wrestling in Europe started from, was from the carnivals that they would have the
Mhm.
strongman competitions. And in Japan, you have sumo, you have like you have judo, you have just regular wrestling, and like you have like the martial arts that come from there. So like the roots of sport for pro wrestling go way back, and in Japan, that's also always been like a spectator sport for them. Um, because a lot of the and like it comes also from like us from World War II. The Americans come there. This is one of the entertainment things that we brought with us over there, and it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. Um, Noodle shops are good. If I were you, because I would, Takeshi Rikio from
Yeah.
Noah. He has one of the best ramen spots. I know people always talk about like Kawada's. That's kind of far out there, but if you look up Takeshi Rikio's ramen spot, it he does like a shio ramen. That's like a light broth ramen, and it's one of the cleanest soups you could have. That's my
Okay.
recommendation. Ow.
I sure will take up that recommendation.
Oh yeah, and that dude, he has pictures of him with the GHC title in his thing. And like I went in there. I didn't know it was his spot. I just was looking up on TripAdvisor for like good ramen joints, right? And like it
Hmm.
popped up, and then when I went in there, and then like I looked at this dude, he's like 6'7", happy looking, and then I see the picture of him with the GHC belt, and I'm like Takeshi Rikio, and he's like, yes. I'm like, big fan, thank you. And like it's not a big spot, but like it's like one of the legit cool spots. And like, I'm a big boy, and I know Takeshi Rikyo is a big boy, and I usually trust big boy recommendations because we know how to eat. So I'm just saying, um,
Okay, I'm definitely gonna check that.
yeah, dude, he's really welcoming. Kawada, it doesn't really like foreigners. Uh, s- I'm That's just something I know. He doesn't like foreigners at all, really. So like people come into his shop and that he kind of like looks annoyed. Um, it's a little bit of racism in there. Not to bury him, but like, just saying. Just saying that I was looked at by
Right.
him with like a little bit of disdain when I went into his shop. That made me uncomfortable. Whoa, I didn't mean to say that at
That's
all.
why that.
I never told that story. So when I went to his shop, like it took forever because whatever, I can only take like the cab to get there. And when I got there, he was there. And like the moment I stepped in, because I'm over there in Japan, it's not really like that diverse, right? So I went there with my cousins because they happen to live in Japan. And I asked them like, "Hey, there's this
Mhm.
place," and then we went there, and like he looked at us like the whole time, and like I just had like this feeling of like, oh, he doesn't want us here. But that's just I never told this story before to anybody. But yeah, man, Japan's cool. For the most part, it's cool. He might be different now. I did see his videos with Eddie Kingston, so he might be different now. You never know.
But I will be checking those.
Yeah, man. Um, and you know, we talk about WCW. We talk about all these people from everywhere coming in and performing for us. Um, what does representation in wrestling mean to you?
It means everything. It means something. It's a different feeling when you see someone looks like you on TV screen achieve a certain level of greatness.
Yeah, man. Um, it's cool now that on TV, me and you can see people that kind of look like us on the TV, and it not be a big thing. Because I know when I was growing up, I didn't really see many people that would look like me on the TV. So when I did see like somebody like a Muda or like even the Samoans, like when I saw them, like that was close, or Ricky Steamboat. But like when I finally like got like Batista, that meant a lot to me. But yeah, like what you said,
Mhm.
man, it does mean a lot when you see it, because like you feel I'm not want to say like you feel a sort of validation in like your fandom, but you just feel like a sort of like, damn, we made it kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like people like Swerve, people like Takeshita, people like the Lucha Bros. It is cool like that these names are names you could bring up and people like light up right away. It's like, yeah, those dudes rock. And like it's just nice that that's been normalized in this for the most part in this decade. And yeah, man, it's it's good to hear that from you. Hear that kind of phrasing because that it doesn't mean a lot. It means everything, um, especially in this current
And it means
kind of
that
world we're in.
I need to cut you off. It means that we can draw to.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of beautiful, man. And
Yeah. That people like us. That,
excuse me, go ahead.
I say it's rewarding to see people who don't look like us want to see us.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's cool when like you see someone like dress up like Jushin Liger for like a whole show, or like what's that Paul Moody? I can't say that quote, but you know the quote I'm talking about. it,
I
it,
know the quote. I ain't got.
yeah, it's like, I mean, it's cool too for them to come up and say like, yeah, man, this is my favorite guy. This is, and like that does warm you a little. Like, hey, yeah, that's cool that you like these guys. It's cool like you don't feel like you have to like you don't and like nowadays you don't feel like you have to like someone just because they look like you. Like before, like that's what I would feel like, oh, I have to support this guy because I kind of like whatever. But nowadays it's just like it's cool to see that I don't have to feel like that because like, whatever, Jeff Cobb, TJP, whatever. They're all on TV. They're all somewhere, and it's cool to see all that. Aaron Solo. It's like I like see Swerve, see like the Gates of Agony, see like the Hurt Syndicate. People complain about the Hurt
Leon Slater.
Syndicate. Yeah, yeah, all this Leon Slater and TNA. That dude is crazy. I don't know how he lived after that, but it, it's
I
just
saw it. I watched the interview. It was crazy.
yeah, it's just nice to just like to be able to just sit down and just like say, hey, it, it, I keep saying this. It feels weird to say it, but it's nice to see us. And it's nice that you don't that it's not like oh, because before it's like oh, I gotta check this out. This is cool because this is someone that, but now it's like it's almost in every match you see someone and it's like hell yeah. It's like and like to see like a Tony Khan, this South Asian man be like running a $2 billion wrestling company. Who would have thought? You know that that's crazy. Who would have thought? Just to have like just to have this, it means a lot, and it's kind of like as wrestling fans, we often like don't really think about uh the others or being othered, but it's just like you know it's just nice that we as fans and as people of color that there's much more that we're seeing on TV that's more attuned to like how we see in our communities.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I love talking about this stuff.
awesome.
It, like as I keep doing these shows, I keep like talking to people and like keep getting to know their stories. And I love that you told me like your aunties and your mom would watch wrestling with you and you have all this history tied up in it. And man, thank you, man. Thank you for sharing with me.
No problem.
Yeah. So like I usually like to end my dinners with dessert. And my question to you, man, is what's your favorite dessert?
Anything chocolate.
Woo, that's good, man. How do you usually have it?
Oh, give me some pies, some cakes. You know, I got to scale it back now. I'm going to try and go on this vegan diet. I got to scale it back. But usually mostly some chocolate cream pies or cake.
Ooh,
Quick
yeah.
sometimes if I'm on the break or something, give me some Oreos dipped in some
Ooh,
gelato ice cream.
yo, I love ice cream too, but I got the sugar. Uh, but so once I take my
I'm tell you
insulin,
something.
all bets off.
I'm tell you and try something. Get you some Talenti.
Talenti. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love those Talenti, the little jar. Man,
yeah,
that's like gelato or something. That's good, man. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I want to say thank you for coming on to my show. I don't know if you have anything you want to plug. You could like advertise whatever you want to advertise, but I mean, it's
Right
you.
now, my spells. I'm just posting stuff on my Substack.
All
I
right.
want to do a little stuff right here. It's based about one story about Hangman and Swerve to be the main event for All In. Other than that, I just really just post stuff about spells.
All right. How is people gonna get on your Substack?
Um, you can go in there. You can search on Tennessee Sarwieh, Sarwieh. Um, I got a blue sky, but I'm not too big that much on social media. I try to get on there.
All right.
Again, I do the same thing with stuff like I do about spells. So,
All right, man. I want to thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for taking time on your day off to talk to my dumbass. And
oh no, man,
uh, I'm doing something new. So like, what do you want your rainbow to say?
I'm
Yeah, rainbow. Like your last message to the people. What do you want it to say?
Let's take care of each other.
Let's take care of each other, man. That's beautiful. Thanks, man. Thank you again, man. Let's take care of each other.
All right.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
No, thank you.